We know that if Democrats take back the House of Representatives in the midterms, they have already told us impeachment is definitely on the table. Now, the unfortunate part of that, of course, is that even if Democrats have huge numbers in the House of Representatives, or if they only have a one-vote majority, they could still impeach Donald Trump. It's the Senate that's the problem. Because regardless of what we do in the House, if we impeach him, we're not going to get the votes for the removal in the Senate. You're going to have enough Republican opposition to make that an unattainable goal, unless you're able to book Donald Trump on murder charges or something like that. You could probably, maybe, get Republicans to vote for removal at that point. But even then, I don't know. I really can't predict that. That leads me to another viewer question that I will get to in just a moment, but first, a word from today's video sponsor. For weeks, the headlines have focused on how Trump's so-called beautiful bill would gut Medicaid. But almost no one's talking about MAGA loyalists slipping in the most dangerous legal loophole of all. Go to ground.news/ROF to see how they're trying to block federal judges from enforcing court orders against the executive branch unless you pay a bond first. Highly credible sources warn most Americans can't actually afford to do that, so if this bill passes and Trump violates the law, it wouldn't matter. This is the GOP's flood the zone playbook in action. Create chaos up top with Medicaid cuts and immigration panic so the real authoritarian moves fly under the radar. And it's exactly why I think Ground News is the best tool to expose these blind spots before it's too late. My partners have built the only app and website pulling in news from across the globe, then breaking down each source's bias, credibility, and the news the right tries to bury. And considering most people take the first headline they see as fact, if you're reading the news somewhere else, their browser extension will actually flag the source's bias and link other credible reports so you can verify the information. Ground News is a better version of how we're already staying informed. So I got my viewers 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan that I've been using. That's only $5 per month when you go to ground.news/ROF or scan my QR code. With at least another 4 years of this, they're counting on you to be distracted. This app is how you stay focused. So we have a question here from YouTube user Alan M9190, who asks, with everything going with the Trump administration on top of both the House and Senate being under Republican control, impeachment is most likely not happening. My question is this: is it possible for the states themselves to put up a vote of no confidence for the entire Trump administration due to the damage they are doing? Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you for the kind words. And to answer your question, no. There is no mechanism in the United States to recall a sitting president or his cabinet. As of right now, unfortunate as it may be, and as much as people may not want to hear this, the American public has absolutely zero options to get Donald Trump out of office. There is nothing they can legally do to get this man out of office, and there's nothing you should illegally try either, because that's just very dumb, and we don't need anything like that. So we are stuck with Donald Trump. In fact, funnily enough, the only people who could get Donald Trump out of office today are the Republicans, by invoking the 25th Amendment, which would have to come from J.D. Vance and a majority of the cabinet members, which isn't going to happen. And then it would have to be put to a vote in both houses of Congress, where you have to get 2/3 majority, which also still may not happen. So unfortunately, due to the way that, the Constitution is written, there is no mechanism for a vote of no confidence. We cannot have any kind of, voter-initiated recall of the 2024 election. We're stuck. That's how elections are. But that's also a lesson for people, right? We're stuck with this for 4 years because voters made bad decisions. Votes have consequences. Not voting has consequences. So hopefully the voters learn from that, right? Don't fall for the guy with the flashy speeches telling you that the other team is, not caring about your well-being when they were very much caring about their well-being. Don't fall for the people demonizing things like the Inflation Reduction Act when it brought new jobs to your community. And you're still like, but the Democrats didn't do anything for me. Yeah. Those new roads you're driving on? Who do you think paid for that? Who do you think voted in favor of that? Who do you think voted against that? A lot of that, by the way, is not just Republican talking points. That's the fact that Democrats didn't sell it well enough. So, a little fault on the Democrats, most of the fault on the Republicans. But voting and not voting all have consequences. The American people will have to learn that lesson every single day for the next 3.5 years. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.